And one more, and that would be our max set. So here we go, guys, for game number 8.
Alright guys, here we go. In the bottom right hand corner we have QuanticIM's Happy, our code S Terran, and the map is going to be Crevasse. Huge map for this TVZ. Morrow switching over to Zerg. In the top left hand corner is our purple Zerg, and I just love how he can swap back and forth between Terran and Zerg like that in the matchup.
Yep.
Just played a couple games as Terran. I head back and...
Yep, for those of you guys who are unaware, he will not play ZVZ.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't even want to watch it, much less play. No, I'm joking. Unless Golden is playing and going massive faster.
Golden's awesome to
yes,
watch.
that's the only exception I'll make for CVZ.
For sure.
Anyway, so yeah, he does race pick Terran against Zerg players, but other than that, he will play as a Terran, or I'm sorry, as a Zerg player in every other instance. So here we have it. So the map is Crevasse. It is a very large map. Terrans love this map. Now, Broodlord Infestor pushes are very, very good on this map, but tanks are awesome. So, just keep control of Zelnaga Towers, tank on the high ground, and you watch 2 possible attack paths. So, there we go. So...
I can't see.
Yes. So, people are saying that apparently Destiny is aware that his game just went live on this stream. But it's okay. Steven, if you're listening, I love you.
Things didn't go so hot.
No, they didn't, but, you know, triple bunker block is still pretty darn difficult to stop
it's so
one
hard
way
to
or
hold
another.
out. If you go hatch first, it's just like, it's kind of a crapshoot. It's a micro war.
All right, we'll see what Morrow has here in store for us. Decides to take, let's see, what version of Crevasse is this? Okay, he took the the farther away expansion. Now, Zerg players can sometimes pull that off because you extend creep down there, and it's not like you were going to be able to wall off as it is anyway.
Very true.
So you might as well take the not 6 mineral patch in single Vespian Geyser, albeit a rich Vespian Geyser expansion.
I agree with you. I like taking the third. Get your creep spread going a little bit earlier. Establish your position out there on the map.
Sure.
You always have that pocket expansion available to you, and you never really want to get bottled up inside your main as a Zerg player on this map. You can run into a lot of trouble if the Terran's able to set up some kind of a contain or something. We definitely have a 2 racks opener after the command center here from Happy.
Yeah, Morrow picks up on this no problem at all, as there was a little tiny gap in between those structures, and he was able to sneak on through them. And so he does get a full scout. He'll make his way over here and see that, yep, that is indeed a command center coming right up. He did see the exact time on it as well, and gets out of there scot-free.
I wonder if the old, 14 pool, 13 gas Baneling bust would work on this map, just because everybody gets a command center so early.
Who did we see do that recently?
We did.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
I forgot who it was, but I think it was in Fight Club, actually. That sounds right. But,
is it Sheth?
Sounds right.
It was Sheth.
Was it against
Gazi? Failed. He got the depot down to,
sub
half 40 hit
got
points.
half a hit point or something. That was against Ryung then.
Yeah,
number 2 wasn't
Ryung
it?
intercepted 2 of the Banelings with a single Hellion, and they detonated on the Hellion.
Yeah. So, but it can be effective if you prepare for it, and it looks like Mr. Happy is actually going to go after the 4 racks. So this is something you'd probably see against Terran players or Protoss players, but going to try and pull it off against a Zerg here.
I like it. He's going to get great production early on. He might even drop a 3rd command center here. We do see a lot of Korean Terrans drop a 3rd command center before they start to get gas.
Right.
And then with that 4 racks production, they can hold off pretty much anything. All they need is a single bunker at the front, and they're actually in a great position. Or he could wall off completely with another racks. He could lift off that 4th racks that's in between his wall and his main and put that where that single gap is.
Yeah.
And then put a bunker behind that supply depot, and he'd be in a pretty secure position. But I don't think he's worried about any kind of a potential all-in, because he does have an SCV running around Morrow's base, and he doesn't see a Baneling nest or Zerglings.
Or a 3rd base, which I was more curious when Morrow was going to try and establish his presence out to that base here in the top right-hand corner. He is starting to connect creep in between his bases here for the moment, but look at this. We already have our first run of Marines coming up, 9 of them. As a matter of fact, 3 of them being produced at a time, along with a tech lab behind that.
Interesting.
And
there's that CC.
Yeah, I did just see that 3rd CC come up. There you go. All right.
I like that build on this map a lot.
Well, especially because this map does tend to lend itself to nice, super long macro games.
Absolutely.
And a couple of Zerglings
Especially cross
down
map
there.
like this.
Oh, yeah,
It's
definitely.
just such a long distance between the two bases.
As we saw
Is he gonna
how
scan
long
here?
those Marines took to walk there. He could possibly do that. He's got scans to burn. Oh, looks like he's going to go right after this Overlord at first and start pushing back these drones. Morrow, he's got to get a lot of links up, and he's got to get them now. Look at this. Happy actually burying himself in such a nice spot in between the mineral patches.
Killed 2 Overlords, going to supply block once again.
Yeah.
He's forcing a ton of Ling production.
And he's actually doing a considerable amount of damage to the hatchery as
Yeah,
well.
he really is.
And it's already downed at 2/3 of its health. Looks like the 3 Queens are going to roll in now with the Lings behind, and Happy backing himself into a little corner there, and he has actually killed quite a few Lings on top of this. He will lose everything here, but the damage was already justified in the Overlord's drones, damage to the hatchery, and Lings he killed.
Yeah, that was definitely worth it on his part. There's no doubt about it.
And looks like he does have Stim coming up now. It's about halfway done, actually.
Combat shields as well.
And, yeah.
So this second push is going to be a ton of Marines, but this time with Stim and combat shields instead of just naked Marines.
Do we have an engineering base? Double engineering base coming up. Could have +1 with there as well.
But the double tech lab early on like this, and the early Stim and the early combat shield signifies to me that he's definitely going to do a wave 2 of the push.
Okay.
Or he might just use them defensively, but I highly doubt that, because why else would you spend that early gas and rush for the
You
combat
could just
shield
put it into
so early?
infrastructure and set yourself
Absolutely.
up for the long run.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We'll have to see what he decides to do with it, though.
Certainly. Third command center, orbital command, I'm sorry, does just finish up at the moment. He's got units buried here to see exactly when that comes up. Is he aware of it? No, doesn't know that there is a third orbital command finished at the moment.
So it might actually be defensively.
Happy actually adding another barracks, as a matter of fact. So
or offensively.
before he decides to go into a starport. And yeah, you're exactly right. Here come the Marines now running out through the front. 24, as a matter of fact.
It's quite a few.
Yes, it is. Our Baneling nest is finished, however, for Morrow. He
God.
only has 6 Lings, though.
Look at the creep spread from Morrow. It's ridiculous.
That is pretty awesome, actually.
It is ridiculous.
And
Are we
we'll
going to
see
see
if
some
we get a
scans
scan
here?
I hope so, because that's jackpot, actually.
Once again, he doesn't choose
He
to
scans
kill
right here.
any of the creep tumors. Yeah,
Do
he's
it.
got to know. It's like, come on.
Yeah, that's so much.
Does he just not have any energy, or?
I guess he just doesn't want to move up and engage right now.
Oh, wow.
All right, so he's going to pull back at the moment. There's nothing going on around his bases. That's all that
It's
big of
not
a concern.
He's got to kill the creep tumors.
Yes, he does. We'll see if he comes back in and does this one more time. But Morrow is going into ultra macro mode at the moment, just wave
There it
after
is.
wave of units there. Man, if he had actually done that while he was in the middle there, he would have killed just
I know,
a
right?
million creep tumors. But as
Here
it
come
stands,
the
here come the
Lings.
Lings, and they are on creep, even for this short while. But now we have reinforcements coming in for Happy. And look at what those Stim Combat Shield Marines do to that pack of Zerglings.
Yes. Marines good.
And here comes another scan, and that's actually quite a few creep tumors that have gone down now. So this creep will quickly recede, but Morrow actually has another avenue for it down around the bottom right-hand side.
3 avenues going.
Yeah.
Wow, it's very impressive creep spread thus far out of Morrow.
That is pretty awesome.
He's also transitioning into Mutalisks now. He does have +1 on the way, and 6 Mutas about to pop out.
And
Had a few Banelings coming right there, but canceled them.
Has a Baneling for defense. May burrow that somewhere. Should be pretty awesome. Research his burrow here in a bit. And, okay, so we do actually have +1/+1 coming out now for melee units. Happy, on the other hand, is he adding tanks quite yet? No, just lots of missile turrets. There we go. There's the siege tank that I was looking for. Queen goes down. There's a scan once again, and more creep tumors are going to fall. If he gets these active ones, that's a nice little win for him. Going to force another Queen out there.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay, so once again, just burning scans. He has so many orbital commands out there. He's totally okay with it. Just wants to pick off as many of those creep tumors as he possibly can.
Ooh, getting a few Marines picked off on the retreat. And he
Yes.
stims his entire army right there. Going to eat up some of that medevac energy. But look at the infrastructure of Happy right now. It's just so solid. He's working off 2 facts. He's on 3 base.
Yeah,
Morrow just now taking his 4th.
5 barracks and a reactor at starport, and already going into 2-2 with that armory finished. So he does have quite a few forces up.
Certainly
Really
does. No
need to see
siege mode.
again, though. That's what I was going to say. No siege mode.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Terran players these days.
They're
Tisk,
just
tisk.
Everyone's just forgetting about Siege. There we go.
There it is. Because he will definitely need that against a Muta Ling Baneling
Oh, God.
composition. Here
There
it
we
comes, though. Banelings are starting to roll in. And whoa! Oh, actually a lot of
God.
damage done there for Morrow. He cleans that up pretty effectively, and he should be able to pick off a lot of medevacs as they retreat.
Oh, I feel like Morrow just came up in a major way right there.
Yeah, he did.
That was huge for him.
Up by 40 supply now at the
He
moment.
didn't press the advantage.
Yeah, that's... Okay, here he comes now with his Lings, but
Might be
took
too
a
late.
little while for that to get done.
Yeah, it might be a little too late.
All right, looks like Happy backing up now at the moment. He will lose a couple more tanks, it looks like, but all of the Zerglings do get cleaned up. This tank actually being repaired by Happy, and it goes down.
That's so many tanks lost right there for Happy. Look at the supplies as well. Happy falling way behind.
Yeah, it was actually by about 50 a second ago, though, so he has been able to neutralize a little bit because Morrow didn't commit enough units there quick enough to be able to do all the damage he wanted.
Yeah.
But as it stands, Morrow now up by 30 supply, producing another 42 Lings, researching pneumatized Carapace. I do not think that he's gone after Ventral Sacs yet. No, he has not.
Well, you know... Oh, and here we have some drop action coming out of Happy here, and that's actually not going to get spotted because Morrow really doesn't have very good Overlord coverage on the map. He does it on the bottom of the map, but not on the top right-hand
Just
side.
has the one, so it'll be quite a while before he gets up there. Oh, unless he sees it with these Zerglings.
Oh, wow.
That's
Wow.
actually so good. That's lucky, actually, but
Yeah, talk
still.
about timing, though. I
Yes.
mean, still just a hunch, and
Yep.
having it, you know, be exactly on point
Yeah, definitely.
at that moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
That is some serious game sense right there.
Okay, so Morrow's supply lead is slipping slowly but surely as he moves up to Infestors and Hive Tech at the moment, but he is going to be on nice high tech, but he's going to need another significant win now as Happy's starting to siege himself up. The Banelings are rolling behind, the tanks are exposed at the front. They actually killed so many Banelings initially, though. Banelings that are rolling in afterwards are not trading that cost effectively with Marines yet, but Morrow has too much stuff, and he's going to force Happy all the way back down to the bottom right-hand corner. Drop going on at the same time, though, and that has actually cleaned up a lot of drones, and right now if a hatchery goes down, that would be devastating tomorrow, but looks like he's going to bring in Lings in time. Maybe starting to go down to less than 100.
Oh, wow, it's going to go down.
Oh, wow.
Huge move right there for Happy. That just changed everything. I feel like Morrow was really pulling away in this game. He'd won all the major engagements. He had the potential to win another, but just that single drop throwing a wrench in the machinery for Morrow and just really mucking him up right now.
Coming back again and doing more damage. It still killed another couple of workers. 11, as a matter of fact, as Happy continues to push his way through. He's only on 2 siege tanks here, and he's still imposing his will on Morrow's side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, he was just losing siege tanks all game long, and now there aren't enough Banelings for Morrow to clean this up. He only has 1 Baneling again. It looks like he forgot a round of Banelings or something. And that's going to give Happy the opportunity to push up here pretty aggressively onto Morrow's 4th. And if he can take this position at the 4th, he's going to be in a really, really good spot.
Yeah, that's actually possibly game-changing now. More Marines are starting to reinforce, but it looks like Morrow is going to have enough to fight back this force. Nice job bungling down those medevacs, keeping them in position. Those will all fall, so Morrow finds himself at a 17 supply advantage once again. Now on Hive Tech, where is his Spire? That was just what I was waiting for, was that move over to Greater Spire right now, which is coming up.
God, Happy is just a macro machine.
Yes,
that
he
is what's keeping him in this game. Morrow is outsmarting him in the middle of the map. He's winning all of the major engagements. He's pouncing on Happy every time he tries to make a move, and he's crushing him. He's reducing his tank count. He's killing all of his medevacs. He's killing his Marines. And Happy just continues to come back with more and more, and he's managed to stay even on the supplies this whole time. It's ridiculous.
Ooh, almost baited Morrow down the ramp there. Morrow is starting to take a couple of subsequent expansions. 5th base coming up now. We do have a 5th command center coming up for Happy at the same time, as Morrow's kind of sharking around the middle there. He's got to watch out and make sure he doesn't walk into these siege tanks. And a tank does not go down. In fact, a Muta and almost 2 additional ones go down as well.
Oh, wow.
No, Morrow's got to watch out with his control right here. Picking off small packs of Marines, but losing some Mutas and some valuable energy on his Infestors to do so.
Yeah, he is. He's really getting that tank count up now as well. He's definitely above the 2 that he's been rocking all game.
Yes,
He's
and
up to
look,
about 6 now. And Morrow just not paying attention here, losing so many drones to this drop because the push is coming through mid at the same time, and he's preoccupied. Finally, it looks... No, he still hasn't pulled the drones off of his third.
No, he
that
hasn't.
entire mineral line went down.
Another 16 workers just fell there, and Morrow finds himself back by 19 workers at the moment. He's morphing in 5 Broodlords, but those are going to take so long to get there. The Siege Tank's starting to move up on creep now, and this 4th base is under siege.
Oh, no.
Oh, and that's a lot of lost mutas there. Here we have some Zerglings that are starting to rally in. It looks like that will clean up the drop, but Happy pushing his way through the 4th base, and this hatchery is going to go down.
This is almost reminiscent of the style we saw Happy play against MMA, where he just streams in with units non-stop, and he's dropping multiple locations and relying on his macro 100%. And his macro is just too good. I mean, he's pulling away here. Morrow does have the Broodlords out now, though.
Yes.
Which could make a difference here. He has that perfect combo, if you will, of Infestors, Lings, Banelings, and Mutas, but the Broodlords aren't covered right now, and there's a few Ghosts out on the field that are starting to lay down snipes.
Yes, they are, but none of the Broodlords have actually fallen yet. They're all down to very low health, but none of them have fallen. If he pulls back and gets a couple of transfusions, he comes up big in that engagement.
Yeah, he certainly does.
Oh, he's really got to get back on. Get back and transfuse those. There we go. Starting to make his way back home now. And let's actually take a look. No more drops going down. Looks like Morrow has brought back to 54 workers, but he's certainly going to need more if he's going to want to remax on a Broodlord Infestor army over and over again.
And Morrow is just so starved for gas right now. His bases continue to get taken out. He lost the 4th. He lost his 3rd with the Rich Vespine Geyser. He lost that entire mineral line and both geysers at his 3rd. So he's been so starved for gas, he can't get out the units that he needs right now in order to push this back in his favor.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. Happy's not been able to sit down his 5th base because this creep spread is actually unbelievable. It's covering almost every conceivable base at the moment, except for this one down at the bottom left, which could actually get cleared up pretty soon. Happy going to move his way through the middle now. He's got some Vikings to start pushing back those Broodlords. We do have +3 ground carapace coming up. That makes those Broodlings actually super powerful. People underestimate the value of upgrades for Broodlings. They think about the Broodling Strike, you know, but...
the Broodlings themselves with upgrades are actually really good.
Yeah, they really are. They can stand in there and actually take quite a bit of damage. So 160 supply, I'm sorry, 159 supply to 154 at the moment, in favor of Happy, if only slightly. Worker count is now back to sufficient for Morrow. He's at 66, and looks like Happy just slowly but surely cutting this map in half.
Oh my goodness. Here we go. Happy working his way into the 4th again, setting up a long siege position.
Yeah, definitely.
Throughout the middle of the map. Look how far back that goes.
Could allow these Broodlords to start, as they're doing right now, though, just like start going from top to bottom and start slowly cleaning away the tanks. Here come the Vikings now, though, and the snipes!
Oh,
3
God.
Broodlords go down right away, possibly a 4th, a 5th, and a 6th!
Oh,
Every Broodlord
no.
just died immediately! A pack of Marines is making its way over to the left-hand side as well, and this hatchery is probably going to go down.
Happy is just going ballistic right now. He's all over the place. Morrow just wasn't paying attention for a small window of time right there. Ends up losing all of his Broodlords. He doesn't really have that much to fall back on right now. It looks like he has a pretty big pack of Lings out on the field at his 3rd right now. It's moving.
Yeah, over here.
Okay, there we go. So he's relying on Lings and Infestors now.
That's it. He's got 4 Broodlords coming up now, but they are not anywhere near ready.
And with all of these tanks in mid, I don't know if he can hold on.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He does get a nice group on top of all of the Vikings. Needs to be able to chain a couple more fungal growths, though. Doesn't quite get it, and those Vikings just barely survive, and now Morrow is down to 45 supply.
Yeah, he really is down and out right now. He's in dire straits. He needs to establish these positions at his 4th and his 5th, but on a map like this, it's so hard because the terrain is so good for Terran. There's all these crevasses and cliffs and ledges, and the high ground in mid is just so advantageous for a Terran player, and Happy is really taking full advantage of that, and he's abusing the map to the best of his ability, and now he's actually bringing SCVs. Actually, those are going to the top right, it looks like.
Yeah, they were starting to move up that direction.
He's distance mining from Morrow's potential 5th.
Trying to land this base down here over on the right-hand side.
Look, he's
eventually.
distance mining over there.
Yeah, he is at the moment.
I don't know what's going on.
That's hysterical.
There's units running all over the map for Happy right now.
Yeah, another base goes down, and Morrow is down to, let's see here. He's got some good mining that's going on there,
I
but
mean,
really just that.
It's negligible.
Yeah, it really is. 82 supply now to 162, and it looks like Happy may be close to sealing the deal, and we may be seeing a QIM victory in Team Arena Challenge Season 1.
It's definitely looking likely at this point. I don't know if there's anything Morrow can do now to recover from this. He's losing all of his position. All of his beautiful creep spread that he's been establishing all game long is starting to get whittled down. Here's his last push. He has a few Infestors and a few Broodlords. He's trying to make something happen here. Snipes go down on the Broodlords. They will get taken out by the Vikings. And Morrow does hold off that push from Happy, but look how many more units Happy has throughout the middle of the map. Those tanks just haven't really changed position for the last 10 minutes or so. They've just been holding out in mid. And in the event that Morrow even gets a small victory, he has to push through those tanks in the midfield, and he hasn't yet been able to do that.
And now with this new mining base setup for Happy, with a PF that's getting dropped upon it, it's actually going to be extremely difficult for Morrow to start pushing back that position now. And here we go. Looks like Happy wants to make a big push on this hatchery over on the left-hand side. A few Marines getting pushed up. There's not a lot of energy left on these Infestors. The hatchery is going to go down as Happy continues to run in reinforcements, blocking off every possible flank route. His positioning is so good at the moment. Snipes going down on the Infestors. A few infested Terrans coming in, but they are not doing anything. The Zerglings getting cleaned up as well. And this hatchery goes down, and there's the GG!
Wow.
QIM are the champions of Team Arena Challenge Season 1.
There you have it, folks. QIM takes it down 5-3. Morrow ends up going down to Happy in the final game of the final set, or the second to final game of the final set. Morrow finally gets defeated.
Unbelievable. Congratulations. Congratulations to QIM. They have taken the championship. They have secured themselves $6,000 in prizes. And guys, if you have enjoyed this tournament, just wait for next month as we come back with Team Arena Challenge Season 2. Double the teams, double the prizes.
I hope everybody's ready for that, because this season was a blast. We truly enjoyed all of the games we were able to cast for you guys. Some of the best series we've had here at the IPL. And I think that this tournament format really fosters some great gameplay, and it brings the whole team aspect into it, which I have loved seeing throughout the tournament. Who to send out when, which players to send out on which maps, when to snipe.
I adore all kill formats. I think they are the stereotypically best thing since sliced bread. I love them. I love them. I love them. Congratulations to QIM as you have secured a great victory.
Yeah, they certainly have.